Have you ever felt like your money just has a mind of its own? Well, if you have, you're in exactly the right place. We're going to break down a really simple step-by-step system to help you finally take control of your finances. Let's dive in.
So let's just kick things off with a pretty shocking number. According to our source material, a staggering 90% of people are losing hundreds of dollars every single month. And the reason why? It's surprisingly simple. They just don't track where it's going. That's money that is literally vanishing into thin air. Does this sound familiar to you? You know, you get paid, you cover your bills, you live your life, and then all of a sudden you glance at your bank account and think, wait a minute, where did it all go? If you felt that exact frustration, trust me, you are so not alone.
And look, this isn't just some minor annoyance, right? It's a huge source of stress. It's that awful feeling of being trapped in that paycheck-to-paycheck cycle where just one surprise expense can completely derail your entire month. That constant financial anxiety, wow, it can be exhausting.
But here's the thing I really want you to hear. It is not your fault. It's not that you failed at budgeting. It's that the methods you've tried have probably failed you. What's been missing is a simple system that's actually built for real life, not for some perfect spreadsheet world.
So, okay, why do so many of these budgets, the ones we start with the absolute best intentions, just fall apart? Well, it almost always boils down to two core problems that kind of set us up for failure right from the get-go. Let's break them down.
Okay, so the problem usually comes down to one of two things. First, having no clear plan. This is basically the spend and hope for the best strategy. And it's what leads directly to that where did it all go moment. And second, trying to use a system that just doesn't stick. You know what I'm talking about? Those super complicated apps with a million features, or getting totally lost in a spreadsheet that feels like a full-time job. Both of these paths lead straight to frustration and, yep, giving up.
But here's the good news. There is a fix. And no, it doesn't require you to become a financial genius overnight. Instead, we're going to use a simple, four-step framework that directly attacks those 2 points of failure. This is where you start taking back control.
All right, here it is. Step 1, know your income. We're talking about the exact amount of money that actually hits your bank account, not your gross salary. Step 2, track your essential expenses. Think rent, utilities, groceries, the absolute must-pays. Now, step 3 is the game changer. Assign every dollar a job. You give your money a purpose before you spend it. And finally, step 4, adjust as you go. This is meant to be a flexible system, not some kind of financial prison.
And this quote, man, this really hits the nail on the head. See, the goal isn't to be perfect from day one. It's all about building awareness of where your money is going. Because that awareness is what gives you control over where it's going to go next. Think of it as a journey of improvement, not a test you have to ace immediately.
Okay, theory is great and all, but let's make this real. Let's take a look at a practical example from our source material of someone named Sarah who used this exact framework to turn her finances around.
So let's meet Sarah. She brings in $3,000 a month, but she used to have that classic too much month at the end of the money problem. Using the framework, she started with her income, $3,000. Easy. Next, she added up all her essential expenses, which came to $1,800. That left her with $1,200, which she then purposefully split right down the middle, half for savings and half for her fun and flex money. See? No more guesswork.
And when you look at it like this, it becomes so clear. 60% of her income covers all her needs, 20% goes straight to her savings goals, and a full 20% is set aside for her to spend guilt-free on things she enjoys. Every single dollar has a purpose. No more surprises, no more end-of-the-month panic.
So how do you get this same kind of clarity for yourself? Let's switch gears and bring it back to you. We're going to lay out a super clear action plan that you can start using literally the second this explainer is done.
All right, here's your game plan. First, just write down your exact monthly take-home pay. Second, list out your non-negotiable essential bills. Third, make some simple categories for what's left over, like savings or entertainment. Fourth, and this is so important, just commit to tracking for 1 month. That's it. Finally, at the end of that month, look it over and make a few tiny tweaks, not huge, painful sacrifices.
And at the end of the day, this is what it's all about. That feeling of control you get just from knowing where your money is going is incredibly powerful. It starts to replace that constant financial anxiety with a real sense of confidence. Just remember this, control beats stress. Every single time.
So, I'm going to leave you with this question to think about. Once you have this system working for you and that financial stress starts to melt away, what are you going to do with your new financial control? What big goals are you going to chase? What new possibilities are you going to open up for yourself? The answer, well, that's entirely up to you.